Hey, Paul Fidinich here. Today we need to talk about a creative real estate strategy that's been making headlines called Subject to deals, sometimes called Sub-2 contracts, and why they can be a smart solution in niche situations, but also a real legal risk if not done right. So what is a Sub-2 deal? A Subject-to transaction is where a seller transfers the deed and ownership to an investor, but the existing mortgage stays in the seller's name. The investor agrees to make the payments moving forward, but, and this is the key, the loan is never formally assumed by the investor through the lender. The seller's name stays on the note. That's the fundamental difference from a mortgage assumption. This strategy is often pitched as a lifeline for sellers who are maybe upside down on their mortgage or need a fast transaction or don't qualify for a traditional sale due to some condition, equity, or timing. So is there an upside to it? What can go right? Well, let's talk about where Sub-2 deals can shine when they're done responsibly. Okay, quick liquidity for sellers who need to exit fast, avoiding foreclosure or bankruptcy. A Sub-2 can, when structured correctly, provide cash at closing without lengthy financing delays. If a seller is behind on payments and a risk for foreclosure, this can be a creative exit more dignified than letting the bank take it. So no traditional financing is needed. This can be especially appealing for investors with limited capital or credit constraints. They could take over the payments and the deal may close faster. So in the right hands with proper disclosures, legal counsel, and accountability, these deals can be a solution. But wait, there's a downside. Where can things go wrong? But that's what the recent investigation in Jacksonville unearthed and why we're seeing more calls from sellers confused and hurt by these deals right now. Okay, the legal and financial risk stays with the seller. Even though the investor says they'll make the payments, the mortgage stays in the seller's name. If payments stop, the lender can pursue the original borrower even after the deed is transferred. In the case reported by Click Orlando, dozens of properties ended up with missed payments, foreclosure lawsuits, and homeowners still on the hook for mortgages on homes they no longer live in. One retired homeowner even said a deal cost him his home and $10,000 in legal fees. That's the real world danger when investors don't actually perform as promised. And what does that mean for real estate agents? Well, as listing agents, we see these investor offers every day and early on, and they sound very appealing. We take over payments. We can quick close. We can, there's no bank delays, but without strong contract protections, that's where things can unravel. Here's what I recommend every time you're approached with a Sub-2 contract. Get everything in writing with clear performance obligations. Require proof of funds, payment history, commitment timelines. Include protective clauses like escrowed payments or deed transfer conditions tied to verified mortgage performance. Require seller legal counsel before any signatures and ensure your seller fully understands the continuing liability on that mortgage. Real estate isn't just paperwork. It's legal obligations that can follow people for years. The bottom line, educate first, lead always. Sub-2 deals do have a place in creative real estate solutions, but only when there's transparent risk disclosure, lawyers and escrow protect the seller, payments are structured to protect seller credit, and everyone involved understands the ongoing obligations. If not, you don't just lose a house, you lose trust, you lose credit, and you could end up in a foreclosure court. And that's not the future any agent, seller, or investor wants. If you want more help understanding creative financing strategies or how to protect your sellers from risky contracts, drop me a comment below or message me directly. Let's educate our clients, not just transact paperwork. I'm Paul Fidinich. Let's make real estate better, one educated decision at a time.